And we're live.
We are live.
What is happening, man, with Purpose listeners? It's your boy Pav here. I'm here with my boy Anri Davids.
Hello guys.
Yours truly, there we go. And today we're gonna have a talk about purpose, manhood, online business, and everything in between. Now, I'm very privileged to be joined by you. How we actually met with Anri was very fun.
Thank you very much for having me here, man. I really
No problem. No problem. Here we go. So we actually met in Thailand. I'm actually in here organizing an entrepreneurial house in Chiang Mai. And he was like, yeah, sure, man, let's meet up. And then immediately we kicked it off. We started talking about, okay, what do you do right now? I do this. He's into martial arts. I love that. So I was like, okay, cool. And yesterday we met. This is the power of the peer group, guys. We had so much fun, but also we exchanged a lot of value. He's like, okay, man, we should put this on camera.
Yeah.
So here we are today. We did one episode for your podcast. You can check it out. All the links in this video are going to be here. We're also doing this on Instagram Live, so if you're watching this right now, there's something on Instagram. You can follow him and me on Instagram.
Anri Davids.
There we go. All of this is going to be in the links below. So let's kick it off. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. What was your, where do you come from? Because you have a very, very interesting history, very interesting path. Tell us a little bit about what was the, upbringing like. Where did you grow up? How did you grow up? That thing.
Let's start with that. Yeah, it's also way back.
And also an introduction of what do you do right now, so people can know.
Okay, so what's my history and what I'm doing right now. Okay, so yeah, my parents come from Georgia, from Caucasian. Yeah, we have the same background with that, and we know like the most important thing for Caucasian parents, for Asian parents, like you have to go to school, get good grades, and you make your parents proud so they can show off with their friends like, oh, my child is a dentist, my child is a lawyer, my child is whatever what. So yeah, I have one older sister and she was doing all those good things. She also had she always had the best grades, and yeah, I always was shit at school. So I was having the baddest grades. My parents were never proud of me. But yeah, then I realized that I can do this. I can listen to somebody I don't even like and sit down for like 7-8 hours listening to somebody. So I decided when I was like 14, 15 or maybe a little bit younger to get some money to make my own business. So I was selling cookies door to door.
Wow.
Selling things, just lemonade, like all those hustle things.
14 or 15, like a real hustler, huh?
Yeah.
Immigrant mentality.
I think so. I think yeah, I get a mentality for my parents. My parents like came in Holland, worked their ass off for all those years. They lost everything. They have to start totally over in a new different country. Don't know the language, anything. They hustled, and I saw that, and I think that hustling mentality I got very much from my father. So yeah, I first started that. Then I started to buy some things on from China, like Ray-Bans.
How old are you then?
15, 16, something. I used my credit card with my father.
Wow.
And yeah, then some of my friends said, well, Anri, that's nice, Ray-Ban did that. And then I sold him. I bought it for like 10 euros. The first time I sold it for 40 euros. It's like, whoa, this is business.
Whoa.
So yeah.
So the money that you think in the world, right? Like you do this trade. Oh my god!
I get cash from selling cookies. I get cash from selling Ray-Bans.
Like building your empire already.
Yeah. So that's when I get my first money. And yeah, I did it till I was 18, selling all those shit, because when I was 18 it was illegal to do this. So,
don't worry about taxes.
Exactly. So like I come from Gouda, a really small city in Holland, and all the guys also 67 was also everybody's were wearing my fake Ray-Bans. I was saying was real. But yeah, sorry if you're listening.
Honesty.
Sorry if you're listening. And, yeah, still have a fake Ray-Ban. But yeah, I was grinding at that age. But yeah, then I tried to get my first online business.
How did you? So you started all these hustles. You did this for a few years. You made a bit of money.
Yeah.
What made you to think about the transition from normal hustle, side hustle to online business? Yeah. What was the big aha moment maybe?
Because yeah, then I wanted to inspire other children as well to do this. and I thought online is the best way to do this. So my first business was called Pro Student Life, and that was like a community thing. And there were like I had coaches. I was just calling everybody and was going to coaches to get on my platform. So I actually had 4 coaches, really good guys. One was a dating coach, one was a business coach, one was a lifestyle coach, and one was a sport coach. So you can get for a little fee monthly. You can get on the platform and you can ask your questions to the coach. And yeah, I was just the first time when I get in real entrepreneurship, I guess. So I let a company build my website for 3,000 euros. Wow. I spent all my money I get on this thing, and yeah, I spent all my money, and then I get broke because of this. But I learned so much. I learned how to edit videos. I learned how to build my own website because the company did build a shit website for me. It wasn't on WordPress, so I couldn't change anything. So I thought myself, like, let's do it for myself. Let's make my own website. And then I learned all those skills. Started to read books, and yeah, I was broke, so I had to start doing things over.
What type of books were you reading?
What type of books? Like the best book I read in the time was The Way of the Superior Man. You probably know that.
Man, I read it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, me as well. I still read sometimes. Like it's a really good book. It's like a book with 80 chapters, but each chapter is just one life lesson, and you already know that you already know it in your heart. But when you read it, bro, it's insane. It's insane. So that's the first chapter. I also started to get better with women and do all those things.
There's really something that I think in the minds of a man or a young chap or a boy or whatever you want to call it, when you really get to the point. First of all, when you read the book, it's an absolute must-read for all of you people watching an audio on Instagram.
Yeah, there are some people.
All the guys. Yeah, we're gonna answer your questions afterwards, guys. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. Read definitely The Way of the Superior Man. We're gonna put a link in the description. What was like the big takeaway from, like, maybe a big takeaway, because that book really blew my mind the time when I read it. What was like a really big takeaway for you when you were reading that?
The best chapter was live as your father was dead. Live like as your father is dead. So I was doing all those things still for my parents, and my parents saw that I was making money, but they also thought, yeah, this is not going to last forever, so you have to get a college degree and everything.
Oh wow, they pushed you towards that.
Yeah. They still think I'm gonna go to university and everything. Yeah, still. So parents, if you love me, parents, I love you very much. But if you're still watching, I'm not going to go to college ever again, Mario.
Wow.
So yeah.
Did you feel like a lot of the pressure on you?
Oh yeah. Yes.
There you are. You like 19, 20, and they still keep hammering you to do this.
Yeah. Like I was on this course, and actually to get better with women was a small course, and I met a guy that was like, I was 17 years old, and yeah, he was just randomly called me from, hey, just checked out the house and I need a roommate.
Wow.
So I was sitting there with my parents and did a loudspeaker, and he said, yeah, let's get a house. And I said, yes. And like 2 weeks later, we were in the same house, hustling, just walking on the street, pick up every girl we saw and just rampage on that. And then, yeah, I was also going to my parents like twice a week, and they always ask me, how are you going to college? But the second month I was living for myself, I quit school, I quit college.
What?
And my parents still thought I was going to college.
Oh, you didn't tell them?
I didn't tell them.
Whoa.
I was terrified to tell them. So like 5-6 months later.
And you how old at the time?
17.
17?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't tell my parents that I quit school. So like 5-6 months later, they called my mentor, like, how Anri's doing, but he said, Anri, he wasn't good to get to school like already for 5 months. And then my parents came to me angry, like, go to school, this and that. They paid so much for me and they did everything I wanted. So yeah, it was really hard. But then I just told them what my life mission was, and was much different than I had now. In that time, my mind was only about the money. So yeah, I was. They thought, yeah, okay, let's Anri is gonna save up 1 year, just trying to figure some things out, and then later he's gonna go to college. Still, I'm not going to college, but yeah, by the time. I was living for like an apartment with a guy who was 400 bucks, 400 euros per month. I was walking door to door as well, but for good foundations, and I get a charity. I get a commission for that. So I was doing quite good as well with that. And then I found this call center thing. I was working as a freelancer. I was 19 and for an electric company, and one sale got me like 320 euros, and I made like 5-6 sales in a day. And with that money, I started to make drop shipping, and that went pretty well as well.
Wow!
But in a couple of, like 1 year, it gets saturated, and my ROI was getting worse and worse. And yeah, then I just thought like. Yeah, then I was looking for other opportunities, and then I came to affiliate marketing, what I'm still doing right now.
Sure. Wow.
And like 1 month ago, I decided just to leave everything I can and just travel around the world.
That's it. You just like take the plunge, leave the country, and come to Thailand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's where we are right now.
Let's talk about the business in a second, because that's like that in itself is a huge chapter.
The flight. I missed a couple of things.
No problem. You told me before that you had experience in martial arts, and also your father has martial arts experience.
Yeah.
Maybe talk a little bit about that and how that really shaped your mindset and really kind of your outlook on life to actually get you to the point where you are right now.
That's a really good question. Yeah, my father was European championship in karate. So when I was a child, when I was 5-6 year old fat big ass child, I was fat as fuck. But
I like the honesty.
yeah, you can send some pictures later. But yeah, I was when I was like 5-6 years old, I was already going to karate. But it wasn't full contact, and I did it for a long time. But I didn't like the katas. You had to close your eyes and do something. It was like dancing, and I just didn't like it. But I learned much discipline over there. So you have to be respected to everyone and read everyone. And it's like in Thailand, everybody's really honest with this. And I love that gesture, and they're really fair to you.
Sure.
And
there's a thing that really struck me. Sorry to interrupt. I think I'm in your flow, but the first time I met Anri, he was so respectful. We sat down and we really like connected like guys, you know, man to man. He was like showing a lot of respect, and that in itself to me it like speaks a lot. Okay, this guy really gets the culture here, understands the idea of respect and give respect. Respect is in, but you know, that is I think we connected on that kind of level.
Yeah, this as well. But I think like martial arts helps you a lot with discipline and with respect. So. Yeah, I don't know how to answer your question though. Exactly.
Do you think that you know what you learned in martial arts, because you said afterwards you did Muay Thai?
Yeah. I did Muay Thai for also 7 years.
And I think that's very important. Like guys, really, men should do something difficult, particularly physically difficult. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like it really helps every guy with his fears. And just to be much more confident to do anything in life, like just talk one-on-one in a person.
Drop out of school at 17.
Yeah, but it also helps you with just looking straight to somebody's eyes. And some people are just talking to you and just look everywhere, but not their eyes. I fucking hate those people. But yeah, much more confidence to talk with men, with women, to just get your purpose, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's a really good thing just for everyone to do martial arts, do something like that. And in particular martial arts, because it's full contact and
everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face, right? Exactly. It's something that you know most men should really learn or at least experience. With regards to the mindset of you going into the business afterwards, do you think that had an impact on you to continue persevering and persistence? Do you think that background helped you to get to the success you have right now?
Definitely. When I was thinking about something, I think it really helped me to just go for it without fear.
Without fear.
Yeah.
Like you know that your father is dead, and that like there's like spark.
Exactly. That was the second thing that also when I wrote that chapter, live as your father was dead. Of course, you have to love your father, and of course you have to respect it. But many people just live just to make your parents proud, make your father proud, especially. And when I read that chapter, I also said it to my father, and he was really heartbroken when I told him.
What?
Yeah, that I just lived like he was dead. Like when you said it to that, it's like really hard. But then you understand.
How did you like? I'm actually curious about this. Did you, if you're okay with sharing, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Did you interpret the chapter of I need to live to my fullest so I can make him proud, or was it more of a fact of I need to live because I know as if nobody's gonna help me at all. I'm here on my own. How did you interpret it?
I'm gonna live and don't think if I'm making proud or something. I know in my heart that if I go on like this, I'm gonna make my parents proud, of course. Because I know I'm on the right path and I'm doing the right things. And if you're doing the right things, you're doing the right things, I guess. And yeah, a little bit more about my sister. My sister did all the things. She got her master degree and everything. She was doing the right. She had a good internship.
Ticking all the check boxes.
Yeah, everything. She did everything they told her. And after that, she didn't like the company. It wasn't fair for men. She was an assistant manager in a really short time and was doing great things.
Wow.
She didn't like the people, so she quit. She did 3 years of voluntary work all around the world.
Wow.
Then she came back, working for another thing.
Big corporate.
Big corporate. She didn't like it as well, so she tried a small business and startup. She didn't like that as well. So then she sold her house, and now she's living with my parents and depressed as fuck. And
wow.
That's actually what my parents that did her, that made her like that. That's really hard though.
So it goes to show if you walk the path, you know, a clear path, and you kind of live in this perceived certainty, chances are you probably won't end up where you were meant to be. Whereas you're like always kind of like, you know, screw this, I'm gonna find my own path, I'm gonna make my own path if I need to. Yeah. And I think that's a very beautiful story to really show, to say, yes, you weren't clinging to all this certainty, but you're like, you know, I'm gonna step up and, you know, do things my way. Yeah. Wow. I think that defines me good. Just do the things my way. Yeah. I was like, I can tell, like, you're a very masculine guy. Like the moment I see you, like, you know, big, strong guy. Hashtag no homo. But there was like, I was like, okay, I think he gets it. Like, we sat down 10 minutes in, I was like, okay, this guy really gets it. Yeah. Same with you, man. Same with you. You're a super motivational guy. And you also, you're much bigger than me, so small t-shirts and you look bigger, that's the secret. You know, speaking about the women, you said you had, here a very interesting, this guy has a very interesting look on how he liked to spend his life when it comes to women. Do you mind sharing some of that? Yeah, we were talking about this today. Yeah, I actually don't believe in monogamy relationships. So the first thing, I met a woman on a date, I always tell her, I will never get a monogamy relationship with somebody I love. That's it. I was like, what? That's the moment I was like, you need to tell me more. I'm fascinated by this. Yeah, you want to hear my arguments about that? Absolutely, yes. Okay. The guy should also know as well. Okay, so this is a really big ass thing. This is worth like millions of dollars. And pay attention, keep notes. If you say this to a girl, it's like a keynote to fuck whatever you want to fuck. Because if you say this to a girl, like, I will never get a monogamy relationship with somebody I love, she's gonna think like he's a fuck boy or something. But if you have good arguments, it's gonna be completely good because it's natural. So when I tell the girl, when I said I will never get a monogamy relationship with somebody I love, she said, why do you don't want to have that? I'm gonna say, yeah, okay. Listen well. Like, we live, as people, we live like 250,000 years, right? Yeah, that's true. So all those time people live on this planet, we always lived as a polygam people. Even you look at animals, they're always polygam. And even if you look to the Bible, like Moses had 2 women, Abraham had 5 women, King Solomon, my fucking hero, has 2,000 women.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, everything changed until like a little bit more than 100 years ago. There was a Pope, and he said, you know what? Let everybody live in a monogam relationship. And because of the Roman Catholic Church had so much empire, so much power in the time, this idea spread to the whole world. So I said to this girl, I really understand why you are monogam and why you think this is normal, because when you were a child, everybody lives like that, and yeah, it's just yeah, it's normal, you know.
It's a status quo. It's how it's been for a while.
Exactly. So you don't know anything else. So I said, yeah, I understand that you're monogam, but did you ever saw tests about cheating or something? She said, yes or no, but it doesn't matter, because if you look at tests online about cheating, they're all gonna different. Because if you ask married couple, if you ever cheated something, sometimes they're gonna say no, because they don't want to be in struggle or something. But that changed when you talk in person with it. Well, that changed when you talk in person with those people. In 2013, there was a big ass test with those people, many people, with the question, did you ever cheat? Well, from that test came out that a little bit more than 50% of the women and a little bit more 50% of the men cheat. So if you say to a girl, so yeah, like in 75% of the relationship, one of the people cheats.
The partner is going to cheat.
The partner is going to cheat. So if I'm going to say to you, I love you, what does it mean? It means like, I like you, I want to be with you, I'm not going to cheat you, but I'm actually lying to the person I love the most. And in the worst case scenario, I'm gonna you're gonna marry and you have a child with somebody else. You also have to lie to the child. Well, good luck with that. And yeah, I always how do you say? I always like, the funniest thing, I always had multiple girlfriends and they never cheated. And I think there's a really natural way to doing this. Of course, she kissed the boy sometimes, and she's really fair about this. And this is the most important thing. You have to be really fair and really open about it. But the funny thing is, they actually never do something else, because we as men, we live as just spread our seeds to everything, to just spread our seeds. That's why we live, from nature. And the nature of a woman is to get a child and look for a man who knows, who can how do you say that?
Raise the child.
Raise the child,
yeah.
And
the man needs to provide.
Exactly. So she just needs one man. And of course, when my girlfriend kissed with somebody else, I don't like it. But I also don't like the rain. So what the heck I have to do about that? Yeah, that were my arguments about why I'm polygam, I guess.
Sure. Okay, so in your kind of, the argument is that, you know, by definition, men are made to kind of spread their seeds and have as many women as possible.
It's natural.
Yeah,
it's really natural.
Whereas for women, and by the way, this is not a knock on women. I'm not saying that women should be. That's the sole purpose for a woman to have.
No. I'm just talking about the nature, why we build, as what our purpose in nature is.
Sure. Okay. And yeah, when it comes to relationships, it's more about raising a couple of kids, and the actual man still being there, still providing, but having multiple relationships with other different women.
Yeah. So every woman is gonna say, I'm never gonna a polygamy relationship, I'm never gonna do that. But when you enroll to this, like the first date you're gonna say this, and the second date she comes to the second date, so she already knows it, and you already know she's into you, and she's probably gonna more into you, because you have more girlfriends, you're much more interesting, and every girl's gonna think that they can change you, so they will do everything about it to change your mind. But what I already told you, a woman needs a mountain, so she can hold on to it, but she can't move him.
In the way the sphere of man, David was saying that the feminine is always going to test you, whether it's, you know, a man or a woman, they're always going to test you with this feminine energy, and you need to really stay the course.
Exactly.
And go through it, you know, holding space.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was like, when I hear that perspective, I was like, okay, it's, you know, interesting. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I completely understand where you're coming from.
It's also in the way of the superior man. It says like, a man actually needs a couple of different energies. So as a man, you're always in this different energy. So if you hustle hard and you are in really working flow, and you come home sometimes, and there's a girl, you're so activated and energy, and you just don't like them, man. You just need a warm, relaxed girl.
Sure.
But when you're chilling out and when you want something to do, and you just chilled out in the cool, chilled out.
There needs to be polarity in the energy.
Yeah, there has to be a girl who takes you to some things, have the energy. So there's two different kind of woman, and you can't find that in one woman. So there's different kind of woman you need in different times in your life.
Oh, there you go. That's a fascinating perspective. And actually, I asked Anri afterwards. Okay, but think about for a second. If you're the dad of a child or a young girl, and then the same mentality type of guy comes in, what did you say?
I'm gonna check out if he's a loser or not, if he's really true. But if he's really true, my daughter loves him and likes him, what the heck I have to say. I don't have a child. I really don't know.
Giving a bit of a skeptical.
That's my idea right now. I don't have a child.
Sure. Okay. We'll maybe do a future podcast in like maybe 10 years or so, and then ask the same exact question to see whether things have changed for Anri.
Okay, let's do that.
Awesome. So. Okay, we talked a little bit about that. We talked what's your understanding of being a man in today's or how do you define that? Because it's a very, very loose term. Everybody says, "Oh, I need the perfect man."
I need the perfect man.
I don't necessarily think that exists, but what's your definition of a man, and how do you define when you see someone? Okay, he's like a proper,
Okay, that's also a really good question.
I'm putting you on the spot because I didn't ask you that.
No.
My honest response.
It's just the feeling I get with somebody, I guess. Some things that define a man is just having a purpose, doing everything like one purpose. That's the most important thing for a man. So if he has a girlfriend, the girlfriend has to be second. His purpose has to be one, the goal. A man that knows who he is, knows where he stands for. What else?
Well, what you were saying yesterday, like I was following, I still do follow you on Instagram. What you were saying yesterday is like, I'm gonna talk about whatever I want right now, like no filters, just complete, real, raw, and relevant content. Which you can see that you're very, very authentic about it. That was like, wow, really struck me as a thing that it takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of really raw authenticity to stand up and start talking about these things. And you are coming from a point of contribution. You know what? If you're not doing Facebook, you're not doing anything online, you're like, drop me a message. I'd love to help you out.
Yeah.
At such an age of yours, for you to be, thinking like, externally to help as many people as possible. That's like, it's quite a thing to be commended for,
Yeah, but it's actually more arrogant than it sounds, because it's not really on the how the other person feels. Yeah, of course, and it is, but it's more about how I feel when I help something and I see him growing with my help. That's the best feeling I can get. And I just look always to get that feeling. So I do it more for myself than for the other person, I guess.
Sure. I think in everything we do, there's always a selfish reason behind it, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I know what you mean. This is something I was having a conversation recently with someone, but I realized, there's nothing wrong with feeling someone, because you get something out of it as well, as long as the intention is to really help the other person, because everybody this way gets something out of it,
Yeah.
So I'm the same with. I get something special when I'm there and I see someone's face, lights up. This is a great idea. We should totally do that. Like we were vibing yesterday. That made a huge impact,
Yeah, for me as well. Yesterday was a good day.
Talk a little bit about. You went through all these things. Now you're doing affiliate marketing. Talk a little bit about that. How you stumbled upon it. What were the things that you learned from that?
Okay. So I did a course for dropshipping. So that's how I learned more in marketing and like ad copy and what's important for marketing and all those things. So I also knew how Facebook was working. But with dropshipping, if you do it, you still have to manage many things, and you still have to be in that working flow all the time, So I was checking things out, and I stumbled upon affiliate marketing, and the first thing was Amazon and all those things. But the commissions were really low, so I was looking for affiliate products with higher commissions. And yeah, I was also looking to high-end ticket sales. But then I found ClickBank, and ClickBank was offering me in the beginning like 75% of commission, and all the upsells and downsells they were doing, I'll also get commission through it. And when I made a couple of sales, they're gonna make the commission like 90 to 100%, so you can get like everything out of it. So in the beginning, I just I was getting the top 10 courses which sell the best in ClickBank. I would affiliate that because I already know that was selling. So I was just in the beginning I had my own landing page. So from Facebook ads, the most important thing was the picture. So I figured out what's the best picture is. Then I had my landing page, and yeah, in the beginning my ad accounts got blocked all the time. Blocked all the time. I didn't get any revenue, but it's getting blocked all the time. I already spent like almost 2,000 euros before I get any revenue about it. But I knew, because those courses were selling as shit. So I just had to figure out a good way to sell it and to
persevere, and you
exactly,
gotta find a winning strategy.
So I was split testing pictures, landing pages, and everything, and then it came up with a good picture and a good landing page. And then when I had my first winning ad, I thought like, whoa, like my ROI in that time was like 250%. So you spend $100, you get $250 profit. Yeah, I was feeling like, whoa, this really helps and this really works. So I was getting more money into it, but I did that really fast. So one day I get $100, and the second day I put like $600 in it, and the third day my ad account gets shut down again. So I had to start over. And that winning ad wasn't a winning ad anymore in the other account, so I just invest more, and you have to do that process over and over and over and over and over. So yeah, right now I just have a couple of ads running, and when one ad is doing better than the other, I just cancel another and just scale up one ad. And that's what I do right now. It takes like 20 minutes a day, and sometimes nothing. And that's why I get all the money and time from to do the things that really matter for me, I guess.
And now, yesterday we were speaking about it, and he was, explaining to me, because I've done, a few things in the online space, but I didn't know much about affiliate marketing. And we were talking about it, and he was like, dude, maybe you should do exactly this, because it allows me to get all this revenue, and afterwards go and focus on something that I truly love. Like, check out his videos afterwards. They're funny and entertaining, amazing.
Thanks,
but it's something, if people wanted to start with affiliate marketing, what's some advice that you can give them?
You should check out some words, because Facebook hates affiliate marketing. Like the number one thing that that gets you down is Facebook. So I saw many people who get revenue and everything, but all their ad accounts get shut down. Like they quit with everything. But ad accounts is just one thing. You can go to your mother and just tell them exactly what you're doing. You can use their ad manager in your own account. So, and there are unlimited ad accounts. So that's not a problem actually. So that's the first thing you have to know. And the second thing is, it works. Those clickback offers, those top 10 offers, top 20, top 30 sell. They're selling. So you just have to figure out what works, what kind of pictures work, what kind of landing pages works, and just go for it till you have the winning ad, and that's scaled up. The third reason is, keep it as easy as possible, because it sounds easy,
simple as possible,
and it's super simple. So when you overcomplicate things, that's not necessary. You don't have to overcomplicate things. There are just 3 steps. You have to get a Facebook ad to your landing page. Don't go immediately through Facebook or your affiliate offer, because Facebook hates affiliates. Your ads get shut down immediately. So make your landing page. And the nice thing is, like most affiliate clickbank offers, they have like wall pages full of demographics, free sources you can give your community for free. They have whole blog articles, so you can make your own site and get their blog and your blog and put your own affiliate link in it, and promote that. That's super easy. You don't have to work for a couple of hours for that. Then you have everything running, and just split as the ads. That's it.
Wow.
That's the only thing.
There you go, guys. If you're thinking about doing something, you can pretty much do something on the side right now, right? You don't have to, quit your job straight away. You can start doing this on the side.
No, yeah, you don't have to have a big ass amount of money. It's good if you have like 2,000-3,000 euros, because if you have the winning ad, you can scale much faster, because when you get your first revenue, you have to wait for like 4 weeks till you got it, and then every week you get money from it.
Sure. Okay, so there's a bit of a delay here, but obviously you need to have a little bit of a learning curve, understand some of the things, the fundamentals, and then money is gonna start coming in.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna make a course about it, info course. So Thursday I go to Bali, and then I have my better own space, and I'm gonna start to make a course about it. So if you have any questions about that, just direct message me or type a reply here on this YouTube or
sure.
Podcast.
Well, final question.
Yeah.
Because it's Men with Purpose podcast. Last question is, how would you like to be remembered? If today was your last day, you know that you're gonna die today. Looking back at
I don't want to think.
Looking back at your life, what's the legacy you want to leave? How do you want to be remembered?
Right now, I don't gonna leave a legacy right now. But
let's say you're like 80, 90 years old.
That's better. That's better.
I phrased the question wrong.
I want to be known as biggest inspirator who helped really much people and who inspired really much people, and
Deep question, huh?
Yeah, that people like 400 or 500 years later still talk about me like the
Georgian lion just went there, crushed everything.
Taught people how to work online and to pursue their dreams and to get to live their life as they want to have. Because if you don't work online, you just have to work online right now. You have to make content. If you're not happy right now, you're just have a shitty life, man. You don't our parents have worked so hard, and making business was never as easy and never as inexpensive as it is right now. Because already 20 years later, when you want to make a business, you have to have 30-40K in loans, maybe more, and fly all around. And right now, with a couple of bucks, you can reach thousands of people and grow your brand as never before. I think everybody's dream to have your own brand and everything. And voice, it's also the future, I think. So do something with audio. Learn more about Alexa. Learn more about audio, and
so the key message is really, it's never been more easy to start something online.
Exactly.
I think I see a lot of people. I think it's partially because we're a bit of a soft generation. Everything is
soft
so
generation.
Yes,
we are soft generation. Yeah. Buying that Starbucks from $6. When you're doing that, you're a soft guy.
Okay, not Starbucks, guys.
Oh shit. Yeah, I have some bets. I had a pretty expensive coffee today.
I like this type of honesty.
But I have some bets to spend. So.
Yeah, we're a soft generation, and I think I was speaking with my mother recently, a couple of days ago, and I was asking her, Mom, can you tell me all the things that, the hardship that you had to go through, the things that
we can't imagine, man, what time they fucking lived. We can't imagine what time they lived. That was like the worst period in all the time. Like the Cold Wars and everything in that.
Especially coming from this part of the world, So when you think about excuses, think about this conversation and what your parents potentially had to go through. Maybe go and even ask them, what did you have to go through? What sacrifices did you have to go through that you haven't told us? That was a big thing for me. Yeah,
when I fell down, I was just looking at YouTube videos about African young guys who were living at a garbage field and waiting for trucks with garbage to get every small food or everything they saw from the garbage to eat.
Wow.
When you feel down, just watch that, and then you
think about perspective.
Hit yourself in your face why you cry about your own pathetic life.
Significant problems. Wow. Okay, cool, man. It's been a pleasure. I think we're gonna do some Instagram. Yo, Instagram. Do we have any questions here? Not yet. Okay, we're gonna wait for those. Where can people find more about you?
Instagram, Anri Davids. My YouTube channel is also Anri Davids. My site is also anridavids.com. Yeah, I just started 1 month ago with all my brands, so there's not much information about it. I'm working hard about it.
I think there's a lot of solid content there. It's more quality than quantity right now.
Okay,
so.
thank you. So I really appreciate that. That's the most important things. Yeah, Thank you very much again,
brother.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Okay, Purposeless Man with Purpose listeners. This was our interview. There we go, with Anri Davids. We've had a lot of fun with this guy, and yeah, we're gonna be sure to be collaborating a lot more into the future, so stay tuned for these projects. Go check him out, check his Instagram. YouTube has amazing crazy videos.
Subscribe and like this video, guys.
And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.
Cheers.